Hey guys, this is Turbonetic777, aka Alex, and I just wanted to give you this overdue update on my progress. I am obviously post-operative. However, I have had a roller coaster of a moment with my surgery. Currently, I am in ICU, and I have been in ICU for the last 4 days. So to give you guys, a little stat. My starting weight was 335. I am 5'7". My surgery weight was 317. Yay. And my first surgery was Friday, June 17th. And let me tell you a little bit about that surgery. So the day of surgery came, and I was registered into the hospital like I was supposed to. The prepping was, flawless like normal. I went into surgery at 12:25. The surgeon, who was Dr. Bogart with bariatric specialist of North Carolina, initially told my parents and my wife that it was going to be about a couple hour surgery. Well, it turned out to be a little over 3 hours. He had a little bit of complications on the lower anastomosis part of the surgery. So the stomach was okay. He had no problems doing the sleeve. And the initial duodenal switch connection was flawless. However, on the lower part of my intestine, he had a hard time. He said he had to really stretch the intestines to get it to where he needed it, but he felt confident and, okay, that everything was fine. So Saturday, I was, in recovery, and I began to start walking. They had me up and out of my bed, and I started walking. I had no problems. Of course, expected soreness from the surgery, but no major issues or anything like that. I started walking the halls. I started to really make progress. Sunday came, and they had me start drinking clear fluids, and things kind of changed. I started to develop very intense cramping in my stomach. And at first I figured, well, maybe it's because, I just had surgery. My bowels are not all up and awake, and, I haven't had anything to drink or eat, for a few days prior to surgery. So, stomach's probably just like, okay, what the heck are you doing? Kind of thing. So I didn't think about it. But then it began to get intense, and my stomach began to get distended, and I began to vomit. I started vomiting. Oh my God, I felt like it was every couple minutes. I kept vomiting. And it obviously did not get better. They started giving me, pain medication, and that wasn't taking the pain away. They started giving me nausea medication that didn't do anything, and it became to the point where I could not breathe. It started to push up. My belly was so distended that it started to push up on my diaphragm, and I could not breathe. So that's when they were like, okay, something's up. And they whisked me down and did a CT scan. And what happened was that they saw what appeared to be a blockage of some sort, but they just weren't sure. So they tried to get a contact with my doctor. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a hold of him. So Dr. Tyner, from bariatric specialist of North Carolina, came in. He was on call, and he came into the hospital. And immediately, when he saw my condition, he saw my stomach, and he saw how I couldn't breathe, he knew that this was not normal, and he immediately made the decision, we're operating him. Emergency. This is an emergency. So of course, I'm in pain. I can't breathe. And now they're saying they're gonna operate. But of course, I'm like, do whatever you have to do. Go in there and fix whatever you have to fix. Just, knock me out. But what was scary for me was that I couldn't lay back because I couldn't breathe. So I'm like, oh my God, they lay you on this table, and how am I gonna breathe? Like, I'm gonna die. So, we get down to the OR. Immediately, the OR nurses start prepping me, and the anesthesiologist came and started talking to me, prepping me, and before you know it, I was in that OR room, which is freezing. I mean, it's like a freaking refrigerator in there. And I'm like stripped naked, and they move me over, and then next thing you know, they start putting medicine in my IV, and that's all. That's it. I was gone. Actually, I do remember them putting the mask this time. The first time, I don't even remember them putting a mask. I was gone. But the second time, I think I was so anxious and worked up that, I was breathing that mask, and, they were like, you're supposed to get a little sleepy, and I was not. And then I remember them giving me a little bit more stuff, and that was it. I was gone. Well, I woke up, I think it was Tuesday that I woke up, or Monday night, something like that. Tuesday, my wife is recording and she's giving me the info because I was out. So I woke up Tuesday, and things went very bad in the OR. They found what had happened. Apparently, I swelled up and it developed a kink, which in turn caused a leak of bile into my body. So my body was just not. It was just falling apart. So they were able to fix that and all that good stuff. However, my body did not respond to another major surgery so close together, and my body just kind of said I quit. Eventually, what happened? My right lung collapsed, and I was just unresponsive. So they put me on life support for 2 days, and they were trying everything to get me back, and I just was not responding to stuff, and it was scary stuff. When I started coming to on Tuesday, it's amazing how your mind kind of takes over, and not even, I don't even say my mind, because to me it felt like I closed my eyes and I woke up and it was already, I was up. But apparently I was doing a lot of, moving around, and I was, fighting a little bit with the tubes. And I do sign language, and I was speaking sign language with my family. And I was saying my goodbyes, and I was saying how, I wanted my family to stay together, and all this, sad stuff, which I get emotional, so I'm not going to get too into it. But, it's amazing how in this state of being drugged out and in a state of just really bad, somehow my brain, like, it remembered that I know sign language, and I started to communicate with my family that way, and I don't remember any of that. They were saying I would get frustrated because my fingers were so swollen that some of my letters were unclear. So then they had to kind of guess what I was saying. And so it was some scary stuff. But then I remember me really waking up, and I had this breathing tube. And they were saying they were getting ready to take that breathing tube out. And I remember when they took that out, that was... Oh. So, I'm back. So yeah, I remember when they were taking the breathing tube out, and with the breathing tube, that was not a pleasant thing, because they pretty much want you to cough, but you're in pain from the surgery, and then they moved. And I'm sorry, I know I'm being graphic, but they moved the little tube and kind of pause halfway out, so you're really gagging, and they suction, and then they pull it out. But I was glad once that was out. You know, my voice was super, super hoarse. I sound like Barry White. And, you know, for those who know me, I normally have a higher voice. And I sound like a smoker on crack. It was ridiculous how low my voice was. And yeah, and then that's when I started to really come around. I have to say that in the last couple days, things have been really, really improving fairly quickly. The nurses here in the ICU have been completely just so happy with my progress. Everybody has been just so pleased to see the changes, because I went from being lifeless on the bed to now being, I feel almost like my normal self, as far as, you know, I like to joke around, I like to laugh, I like to make people laugh, and, you know, my sense of humor and just my character in itself is coming out again. So, you know, everybody's getting a chance to see that, and it's good to feel a little bit normal. Again, I'm a little sore, but I haven't had pain medicine today since 4 a.m. So, and it's 4:30 p.m. So that tells you, you know, I mean, it's not that bad. I walked around. They gave me a little walker, and I've been walking around, and up and down the halls, and it's been great. I feel different as far as inside. My intestines feel different. I've been eating liquids, so I've been doing Ice Pure, and I've been doing water, ice chips. I did a mix of unsweetened apple juice with water, and I did good. Something weird that I do experience is hunger pain. Like, I'm hungry all the time. It's almost like my body's asking for, like, nutrients. But they said it's because my body's trying to heal, so it's asking for those nutrients so it can heal and do its thing. So I guess that's a good feeling. But yeah, I'm still here in ICU. Excuse me, I have a little air. They've been trying to move me up to, you know, the bariatric wing. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They've been trying to move me up to the bariatric wing for like 2 days now, but apparently they've been so full, so they haven't had space. So I've been hanging out in ICU. The nurses here, I'm at Wake Med in Cary, and they are amazing. I just had the finest care, and I can't speak more highly of them. They're just fantastic, and they've been really taking good care of me. And yeah, so, you know, I've been rambling long enough, so I'm just gonna wrap it up and say that, you know, just keep me in your prayers. I know a lot of you've just been wondering, you know, where I've been, and I haven't posted anything, but I was TK'd, technically knocked out, so I couldn't. So now I felt up for a video, and my wife, who has been an amazing help, honey, you know I love you. She has been like my own nurse here. It's been amazing. The staff want to keep her here. She's awesome. So she's been helping me, and she's my recording specialist right now. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. And thank you for the well wishes, the prayers, and I ask that you continue to pray for me, because every day I need a little bit more, you know, oomph to keep me going. I just spoke with the bariatric nurse, and they wanted me to drink a little bit more so I can go home. I tried drinking the most is 3 ounces, and then I just feel not so good. I feel like I'm too full. So she said, keep it slow, not to force anything. Eventually I'll get there. And just to try little by little. Tomorrow she said I get to do full liquids, which is milk, yogurt, stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Even though I don't like the taste of milk, but hopefully we can do a chocolate milk of some sort. And then I can do that. But anywho, wanted to give you this update. Thank you guys for supporting me in ways, that you just can't imagine. You start doing these videos as a personal, track of your journey. But then when you start hearing feedback from other folks who've been through this, and, you make, first of all, friends, and you also start feeling good that, you're getting feedback from other people, and, that's always encouraging, and it always helps you, keep moving ahead and keep moving forward. So I thank you guys very much. I love y'all. God bless you guys, and just keep me in your prayers. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.